This is the method of air bleeding the IBAU, an integrated brake module that is being applied to eco-friendly cars. IBAU is applied to DE, JF, YG, PS. The IBAU consists of the 3 oil paths: low pressure oil path, high pressure oil path, and pedal simulators oil path. You must do air bleeding sequentially. If you miss air bleeding one of the 3 oil paths, the noise may reoccur, so you must proceed sequentially. First, let's take a look at the air bleeding of low pressure and the pedal simulator oil path. To do this, disconnect the IBAU connector, connect the fluid injector, remove the air from the IBAU, and then bleed the calipers. First, disconnect the IBAU's connector to prepare for air bleeding. You can remove the minus terminal of the vehicle battery, but it is recommended to disconnect the IBAU connector because it is difficult to find the battery for some models. Next, remove the reservoir cap and connect the SST which each dealer have. Connect air to SST and hold 3 to 4 bar. If the brake fluid level goes to minimum, it can be the air into the brake system that cause noise again. Please preserve full level when you doing air bleeding. When you are ready, first open the top screw of IBAU for 30 seconds to drain the brake fluid and lock it. At this time, you only need to open the screw 1/4 turn. If you open too much, air can go backwards. In order to bleed the remaining air in the system, the operator opens the IBAU upper screw and the assistant press the pedal firmly and quickly 10 to 20 times. When assistant finishes work, the operator closes IBAU upper screw. The air bleeding pedal operation is required, so 2 people must work together. When the upper screw operation is finished, the lower screw works the same as the upper screw. Open it for 30 seconds to release the brake fluid and lock it. As you know, you only have to open 1/4 turn. Likewise, in order to bleed the remaining air in the system, the operator opens the IBAU lower screw and the assistant press the pedal firmly and quickly 10 to 20 times. When assistant finishes work, the operator closes IBAU lower screw. The air bleeding pedal operation is required, so 2 people must work together. Get ready and operating air bleeding to calipers. After complete the IBAU air bleeding, all 4 calipers must be processed, starting from the right of the back, to the left of the back, to the right of the front, and to the left of the front. First open the caliper screw on one side for 30 seconds to release the brake fluid and lock it. To release the remaining air in the system, the operator opens the caliper screw and the assistant worker presses the pedal firmly and quickly to release the brake oil additionally and lock it. Likewise, you only have to open the screw 1/4 turn and you can proceed to bleed the 4 sides in the same way. After step 1, proceed to step 2 for high pressure oil path air bleeding. It only do calipers. Or proceed to step 2, you must connect the IBAU connector. The high pressure flow path's air bleeding needs to air bleeding mode of the vehicle, so it is necessary reconnect IBAU connector. To enter the air bleeding mode of the vehicle, press and hold the ESC off switch for at least 5 seconds while the engine is running and operate the brake pedal 10 times in a full stroke. Then turn off the ignition switch off and then turn on again. Confirm that the 3 warning lights are on. If 3 lights not on at the same time, please do again. It must be done before 30 seconds. When the air bleeding mode is entered, can start the air bleeding of the calipers. The caliper screw must be opened for 3 seconds and closed at least 10 times. The assistant must repeatedly step on and off the pedal when the operator opens and closes the screw. Repeat the stroke from about 30 mm to 50 mm. In addition, if the rear caliper is EPB type, the caliper housing part should be lightly hammered with a rubber hammer. Then the screw must be opened and closed. The assistant must push the brake pedal repeatedly while the EPB switch on and off at the same time. When you have finished all 4 sides of calipers, turn off the ignition switch or press the ESC off switch. You can turn off the air bleeding mode. The last step, step 3, is the fluid circulation mode. First, removing the SST, turning the ignition switch on. You can connect the GDS unit and select the forced circulation mode menu. It takes about 20 minutes. Once the fluid circulation mode is completed, you can finish the air bleeding operation. If the pedal feels sponge or braking response is delayed during test driving after completing the air bleeding, there is a possibility wrong. At this time, please repeat from the beginning. If only noise reoccur, you can re-enter the fluid circulation mode in step 3. The air bleeding have different oil paths step by step. You have to go through all 3 steps in sequence. If you miss one step, defects are reoccur. For more information and questions, please read the TSB or contact the Mando. This is the air bleeding method of brake module for eco-friendly cars. Thank you.